Good morning, everyone. So, welcome to the channel. I'm going to be changing things around a little bit, and I'm going to be, in more ways, using video, this, because it's fun, and using video to be able to guide or educate more in the city of Windsor about the real estate market, about the seniors market. Those are the two areas of this business that I focus in on very, very hard. And I'm capturing good market share at. Every single week, the phone rings with another project. This week, we're finishing up the project in Amherstburg, and we're moving over to get that listed. It's now cleaned out, or it will be finished up clean out today, pretty much finished up to clean out today. Over the weekend, it'll be for sure done, and probably by Tuesday or Wednesday, it'll be listed, and by a week later, it should be sold. There's a few little things with it that are going to be things they have to work through with the new buyer, which is just, waiting for probate, forcing the probate court to move a little bit faster once we get that offer on the property. But that's normal. Happens all the time in real estate. From there, then, the team and I move over to Westminster to a beautiful, stunning house that we don't have the listing for yet. But we're going to be doing the estate sale there next weekend. So the team is getting geared up to start the advertising campaign for the estate sale. That'll be blasted all over Facebook Marketplace, and will be blasted over Facebook. It's the best place to be able to do any advertising for estate sales. From there, then, the team also moves back out to Kingsville, where there's a townhome that a young lady lived in, and unfortunately she passed away, and the team has a chance to be able to do the clean out there and to get the real estate again. Kingsville is a good market for my firm, and I'm looking at ways to be able to do some different advertising out into the Kingsville market. But that's the stuff that's on the docket for the team. And then there's other business coming up later this year that we've already got booked. We're just waiting for the green lights to be able to do them. One of them is a young lady that's moving to Retirement Village, and I'm going to be selling her house or her condo in Tecumseh, in a building that I know very well. And another one is a young couple that's going to be moving out to their dream house that they're currently building out on the East Coast. And I'm going to be selling their beautiful place on beautiful land with a beautiful garage in Essex, or just outside of Essex. Those things are currently on the docket anyway. They're coming up. It's just a matter of time, probably August, September, October. Just about vacation time, actually, probably too. But what I'm going to be doing different going forward is my advertising firm is looking at ways to be able to possibly do a new YouTube channel with very, very targeted and focused video. There's something specific that I want to do, which is called knowledge-based real estate. Not shoot from your hip real estate like is practiced all over the place in the city of Windsor, but knowledge-based real estate, because knowledge-based real estate is right in my area of expertise. It's what my degrees are in. It's what my background is all in. It's all of that. And it's time to differentiate myself away from the masses, if you will, of how they do real estate. And I'll give you an example. So last week, in the city of Windsor, there were 44 individuals who chose to list and sell their houses at a disadvantage, a major disadvantage, because they didn't have a realtor or didn't take the time to find a realtor to explain to them the real estate market in the city of Windsor. Instead, they shot from their hip. They roughed it. They basically walked into a dark room, made some decisions, and walked out of that dark room. But by doing that, that cost them, mathematically, $1.058 million. 44 people. The average loss, by not knowing what they were doing, by not having the education, by not having somebody come in to explain stuff to them, by just choosing any realtor and saying, oh, any realtor could go ahead and do this. I just want to find the cheapest realtor out there. And there's lots of them. There's over 1,500 cheap realtors in the city of Windsor without any degrees and designations and have no clue what they're doing. There are. But there's a select few of us that actually have degrees and designations and know what we're doing, and will explain to you what your options around real estate are. You make the decisions. The realtor does not make the decisions. We are not licensed to make decisions for you. We just guide you. And we're supposed to explain everything to you. Now, you might not want everything explained to you, or you might say, gee, I've sold 3 houses, Brian, I don't need this explained to me. Maybe you sold them all the wrong way, because nobody ever took the time to explain them to you, or you never asked, can you explain this to me, please? How many times have you done that in your life? And how many times has it backfired? So last week in the city of Windsor, the average of the 44 who decided to make this mistake cost them $24,000 per house. 24 grand per house of mistake. So when you were selling your house because you didn't take the time to understand, and nobody took the time to explain it to you because they were just cha-chinging you. Oh, I don't want to explain anything to anybody, Brian. I just want their listing. I just want to sell their house. I just want to get a commission check so that I can go ahead and go to Aruba. That's what the pace of Windsor business has kind of become. I don't want to explain anything to anybody. If I explain things, then maybe somebody else will come in and take the business away. I just want to get the listing. I just want to get the signature. I just want to get out the door. Well, wait a second. I believe in knowledge-based real estate. It's what my competitive advantage actually is as well, too, with all my degrees and designations. And if I can help you to stop from losing $24,000 because you decided to sell your house, then isn't it worthwhile to at least interview me for the listing? Interview 2 or 3 realtors for the listing. There's plenty of realtors out there who will give you a completely different perspective. And I guarantee if you have me at the table and I explain to you what not to do when you sell your house in Windsor, you're at least going to then know. You're going to have an education then. And you might appreciate that. You might appreciate the concept that I'm different. You might appreciate the concept that, wait a second, Brian is the first person to truly explain things to me in a common sense way. And that was ultra valuable. What Brian just gave me, when I leave your table and jump in my car and leave your driveway, what I want and what happens many, many times is people sit there and say, Brian's, kind of a bald-headed guy, but my gosh, he explained things to me. He showed me what not to do, and he showed me what to do. And I really appreciate that. And so because I appreciate that, and then when I interviewed the other realtors and they were like, hey, rah, 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 and didn't even touch on this particular topic that Brian touched on. Maybe Brian's way is different. Maybe Brian's way is better. And maybe I should be listing with Brian. That's what I'm building. Knowledge-based real estate. And I'm going to be doing it in very sensible, common sense ways. With video, we'll be doing a lot more video going forward to try to be a little bit more spread out and to try to do a little bit more volume. I don't know how much more volume I can handle, to be honest with you. But I do have 2 young realtors that are coming up the ranks. And I need to be planning for them to enter into my practice within the next year so that I have more volume for them as well too, because I'm going to be supporting them in some different ways. So as we go forward, that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a lot more of this education side of the equation. To some degree, I'm going to be talking about the one thing on video. But to know the one thing, you're going to have me in. You're going to have to call me and say, hey, Brian, I've been watching your videos and I'm getting ready to sell my house. And I really do want to know more about the knowledge-based side of Windsor real estate. I've interviewed a couple of realtors and I want to have you in just as a third source or a second source to be able to make an educated decision about how to list my house so that I can try to maximize its net worth, its net value. I need every dollar out of the sale of my house to be able to make the next deal work. And I like how you approach things. So that's going to be, going forward, how I'm going to be tackling all of this. I've endeavored my marketing team to make wholesale changes to what was out there already. I don't like my Brian A. Price website, never have. It sucks, if you ask me. And the people that designed it, they said, well, what do you think? And I'm like, it sucks. Could you go back and redo it all? Because you didn't listen to me at all. And they were just aghast. How dare you not like your website? Well, luckily the team now can go ahead and make some changes to that website as well too. So that's what's going on here. I am moving from one project to another project to another project to another project to another project, which is great. I always will have time to be able to help you. I will always make the time to be able to help you. And I do have some young advisors that are coming into this business who will be trained in the right way to be able to explain the value side of Windsor real estate and your choices around how you list your house. We must. Legally, for our license, we must explain things to you. And it's so frustrating to see 44 people per week make such a fundamental error and underperform the value of the Windsor real estate market. And I'm setting out to change that. So if you're thinking about listing your house in the next 2 or 3 months, if you're in the process of interviewing realtors right now, and you would like to be able to understand the one thing not to do when you list your house for sale, it's very simple. Yet nobody takes the time to explain it until now. give me a jingle. Be more than happy to come in, spend some time with you, about a half an hour roughly. Don't need any more time than that. Would love to take a look at your house, be able to help you get it marketed in the right way, and be able to help you move to that next chapter in your life, because that's what a realtor's doing. We only step in as a little sidebar to your life. Many realtors want to overpower your life. For me, it's like, how can I help you? And then how can I go on and help somebody else? I just want to be a little sidebar down at the end, and the real estate was done by Brian. That's it. I'm not going to come in and overpower you with, oh my gosh, I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread, like somebody else might want to do. Some of those things are changing around as well too. Some of the local real estate offices are actually for sale now. Some of the brands that they spent tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars building a brand are suddenly for sale or closing, which is interesting at the end of the day, because those models didn't work. Those models, it's all about me, might not work. It might be about the client, and that model might work well, which gives me great staying power in this Windsor real estate market going forward. And it's time to build on that as well too. It's time to build on my abilities to be able to guide, coach, and teach for my future. You're going to see a lot of different things. I put the marketing team on notice. We've got to get going. There's some things that I want to get done. Don't care what they cost, because you've helped me to get here. It's time to do more in Windsor real estate. So thanks for watching. Lots of things coming up. It's going to take time, of course. The team is diligent, but the creative people don't move very fast. It's not like Windsor business at the speed of sound. When you're dealing with marketing things and creative types, it's like, okay, yeah. When you feel like, getting that done, can you please get it done? And you just have to muddle through that. Just trying to get them to call you back is a massive challenge as well too. Don't understand that at all. So anyway, but that's what's going to be coming up. So thanks for watching. Looking forward to sharing with you as things go. Knowledge-based Windsor real estate. Have a great day. Bye-bye.